Hello and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's me, Rich, and I'm back with another little transfer talk roundup. We're going to be talking about one of the hottest prospects in the Premier League, potentially on Aston Villa's radar, a Spanish international playing for Girona, who is potentially attracting interest from Unai Emery, an Albanian star who featured against us earlier on this season, and a Brazilian international departing Aston Villa. But before we get into it, please do hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and get yourself in the comments your thoughts on these potential rumours of incomings and outgoings at Aston Villa. So we'll get into it. The big name on everyone's lips at the moment, and the team that is probably exciting the most at the moment in the Premier League is Crystal Palace, and they have two wonderful players, Eberici Eze and Michael Olise. And Michael Olise has attracted a lot of interest. Manchester United, Newcastle, amongst a number of other clubs, and Aston Villa emerged as a name who could potentially be interested in him today. The Crystal Palace have put a price tag on him of 60 million. What I'm sure, if it gets into a bidding war, it could go up to more than that. And he's one of the most exciting players in the Premier League. As I said, he scores goals, he creates goals, got a wonderful left foot, glides with the ball, glides past players, and is just a fantastic, fantastic player. And hasn't really featured as much as he would have liked, and Crystal Palace would have liked this season through injury. And I think they would have been a lot higher in the league had he been able to play this more this season, because he has just been fantastic. So yeah, let's have a little look at his stats on SofaScore, and this really does put it into perspective, because had he been able to play more games, he would have honestly been up there, probably with the top scorers. If you look at the rate he's scored at, can play attacking midfield, can play right wing. It cuts into on his left foot, glides about the pitch. He's often seen on the left hand side as well. Only played 17 times this season and started 12 games in the Premier League, but has already made 5 Team of the Weeks. Has scored 9 goals in those 17 appearances. Has one big chance missed as well. 8 goals from inside of the box, one from outside the box. Scored one with his head, and 8 with his left foot. So we know what type of finisher he is. We know how silky he is in terms of his skill set. Assists with 4 at the moment, and has created 8 big chances. So creative force as well. 83% accuracy in passing per game, 88% in his own half, 70% in the opposition half. And teams are just so scared to try and put a tackle in on him. He's so effective. 3.5 ball recoveries per game as well, which is good for a player of his ability. Likes to get back, likes to track back. We know under Roy Hodgson he was maybe shackled a little bit in terms of his abilities. Under this manager Olivier Glasner, he's obviously using him as a lot more attacking threat. 61% in terms of successful dribbles, and at 2.2 per game, we know he likes to get on the ball and beat players. 53% in terms of ground duels won as well, so does win the ball back. And yeah, just a fantastic, fantastic player. Now, do I think he would improve us? Absolutely, I really do, and especially if we do get Champions League football. Do I think we'll get him? I don't think it will be a case of us getting him. We've got Leon Bailey in that position. We've got Moussa Diaby who can play in that position. I think we'll probably look at other players for that position, but certainly one who would excite me, and I would definitely, definitely like us to be involved in the conversation for him. Maybe wages as well could be an issue, and maybe, I don't know, would he choose? Who would you choose if it was the choice between Aston Villa, Newcastle, and Manchester United? Which one would you go to if you were Michael Elise? It's an interesting question. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but it's certainly an exciting signing for me. But as I say, I don't necessarily see it happening. It looks like it's a rumor that's put out there because Aston Villa are ambitious club, Champions League potentially, and the next step in someone like Michael Elise's career. But I can't necessarily see it, and I actually see maybe a Man City going in for him as well. And as soon as Man City come calling, that I think is it. Another exciting one, Aleix Garcia of Girona. Now, Girona have had a fantastic season and have qualified for the Champions League. Similar vein to probably an Aston Villa, have really got a real good team spirit. and have got the team to be greater than the sum of its parts, and have done really really well. Now he is a Spanish international now, has represented Spain from every level, from under 16s right through to the full international level. He's got one cap, has featured now for Girona 93 times, scoring 3 goals. Before that, had moved around. He was at Villarreal in his early career from 2014 through to 2015. Then went to Manchester City for 4 or 5 years. Only appeared 4 times in the first team. Went on loan to Girona between 2017 and 2019 and played 51 times at that period as well. Went to Muscron and played 23 times, Dinamo Bucharest and Eibar, before returning to Girona and really being an integral part of their team. And is more of a defensive midfielder, small, stocky, combative, but also excellent on the ball. He's now 26 years of age. So does he fit the profile of player that Emery's looking for? We know that we probably as fans think we need a defensive midfielder. Is he the profile that I would be looking for? Maybe not. I'm looking for more of a physical presence. However, if he's got the strong, tough tackling and the passing ability to go with it, which is where, if we look at SofaScore, looking like his skill set and his strengths lie, playmaking, long balls, and ground duels. So if he can win the ball back, then play a lovely ball through. We know how Emery likes to play through the middle. We know how he likes to make progressive passes, quick passes through that central area into players who can run with the ball. So this could be a perfect player for an Unai Emery type of playing style. 33 times started this season, 3 goals. For in a more defensive midfielder isn't bad at all. 2 from inside the box, 1 from outside the box. Has had 29 attempts, so maybe not the best in terms of shooting record, but it still likes to have a shot. 6 assists, which is pretty good as well, and 8 big chances created. The passing accuracy is something that I would really look at there. Look, 91% across the game, 94% in his own half, and 82% in the opposition half, and 73% in terms of accuracy of long balls. So very, very accurate passer, very, very comfortable with the ball, very technical, as we know that Spanish players are. 5.8 ball recoveries per game. So look, a player who gets about the pitch, wins the ball back, and then can keep and recycle possession. And 54% ground duels won, 57%, sorry, ground duels won. So yeah, very, very effective player. Has had a red card this season and only 4 yellow cards though. So he's a combative midfielder. I can see that. Likes to get about the pitch, but can also create. And at 81 in terms of creativity, really, really key part of Girona's team, and potentially someone who could fit into Unai Emery's style. He is also wanted by Barcelona. So whether we would be able to compete with that, I don't know. But looks like a good player, and I think probably available for around about the 30 to 40 million euro mark. So not a bad price as well. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments on him as well. We featured this player previously, Ernest Muçi, and that's done the rounds again, around about 15 to 20 million euros. Recently signed by Besiktas from Legia Warsaw, and he featured against Aston Villa in the Conference League earlier this season. I was really impressed with him. Played 81 times for Legia Warsaw, scoring 13 goals. More of a forward player. And has played for Tirana before that, scoring 13 goals in 49 appearances. And since signing for Besiktas, has scored 3 goals in 11 appearances. Albanian international, and has represented them from under 19s through to under 21s and full international, scoring 2 goals in 9 games. So we did feature him before, and as I say, he was very impressive. Looked very technical. Looked like, again, a player who maybe Emery likes, rangy, fast, skillful, in the vein of probably a Morgan Rogers type vein of player. So could be someone who we look at maybe to play out, to integrate with the first team or go out on loan or something like that. 23 years of age. And has played 11 times so far for Besiktas, scoring 3 goals. Has missed 2 big chances as well. Scored 1 from inside the box, 2 from outside the box, 1 with the left foot, 2 with the right foot. So comfortable with both feet. Has created 2 big chances as well, so hasn't had any assists yet. But as I say, and in terms of the Conference League, if we remember how good he was in the Conference League, only played 6 times for Legia Warsaw in the Conference League, starting 5, but scored 3 goals in that time period. So knows where the goal is. Very technical player, very good player. Maybe it's an opportunity to bring someone in. He signed for Besiktas for 11 million euros and was their record signing. So would be looking to make more money off the back of that, probably something like 15 to 20 million euros. Not a huge sum of money for a club like Aston Villa, but a huge sum of money for a club like Besiktas. And if we look at what we did with Morgan Rogers, 8 million, and then turning him into what would probably be now a 25-30 million pound player and hopefully beyond, this is what he wants to do. He wants to get players who've got first team experience, have played in maybe European games as well, and turn them into diamonds and give them a system to play in and hopefully increase their value. Now that could be an opportunity for someone like Ernest Muçi to be a part of. So we'll wait and see on him. Let me know your thoughts on him. And finally, we talked about him on the fans forum last night. Philippe Coutinho is attracting interest from Brazil. And yeah, he could be on his way out. We need to get him off the wage bill. He is on huge money. He's currently playing out in Qatar, and yeah, we need to move him on because it's not a great. He hasn't featured very often for Villa at all. He hasn't been a success for us. He came under the big bluster of Steven Gerrard, and initially he was fantastic for those 4 or 5 games, but injuries have plagued him, loss of form, and we need to immediately get him off the wage bill. Cruzeiro is the club who are interested in him. It looks like a return to Brazil would probably be the best thing. We've seen Thiago Silva go back to Brazil this week. Fluminense, I believe. So maybe it's a time for Philippe Coutinho to return back to his homeland and play regularly and just enjoy his football again, because it hasn't worked out at Villa. And we're talking about the likes of Coutinho, the likes maybe of Luca Digne, maybe Leander Dendoncker, who signed on big wages that we need to get off the wage bill, particularly with FFP and with profit and sustainability, and moving these players in who fit the Emery model a little bit more. So yeah, we'll see about Coutinho. I'm sure we will move on in the summer. Whether we get a deal done or whether we pay up his contract, we'll wait and see. But let me know your thoughts. Ernest Muçi, Aleix Garcia, Michael Olise. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. We will obviously be back later this week, hopefully doing a watch along for the semi-final second leg against Olympiacos, and also we'll be previewing Liverpool this week, and also hopefully reacting to Aston Villa getting in the Champions League. So stay tuned to the channel. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and as always, remember, we'll follow the Villa.